Hello student, welcome in our 7th lecture of this FYBSc semester 2. Myself PS Patil, working as assistant professor in KTHM College. Student, in the previous lecture we have seen that the characteristics test for the functional group. Okay, now in this lecture we are going to discuss the last point from this chapter called purification of organic compound. The learning objectives of this lecture. After completion of this lecture, student must know the purification of the organic compound by crystallization, sublimation, cold thumb method, distillation and fractional distillation. Okay, so one by one we are going to discuss this purification technique. The first, purification of organic compounds. Almost everything that we see these days is impure, isn't it? The water we drink and the food we eat also need to go through the levels of purification process. Similar is the case with the organic compound. There are several methods of purification of organic compounds. Why are these important and how do we do it? Let us learn all that in this practical. Okay. So first, purification of organic solid. A large number of methods are available for the purification of the substance. The choice of this method, however, it is depends upon the nature of the substance, whether it is solid or liquid. Nature, it is nothing but a solid or liquid. It is also depend on the type of impurities present in it. We commonly use these methods for the purification of the substance. These following methods are used for the purification of the substance. The first method is the crystallization. Then sublimation, cold thumb method, simple distillation and fractional distillation. So purification, it is depends upon the nature of the substance and it is also depend on the which types of impurity present in it. On this 2 point, the purification of organic compounds are depend. Okay, so by this different method we study the purification technique. Then the next is purification of organic compound. It is done by this different way. These are the different way to purify the organic compound. So first is the simple crystallization, then chromatography, azeotropic distillation, steam distillation, distillation under reduced pressure, fractional distillation, simple distillation, sublimation and fractional crystallization. So all these methods are used to purify the organic compound. So out of these methods, some methods we are going to discuss in this lecture. Okay, so the first purification method of organic compound is crystallization. After preparation of the organic compound, it is essential to recrystallize it using a suitable solvent, because when we prepare the any organic compound, it contains some soluble and insoluble impurities which are removed by the crystallization method. The insoluble impurities after crystallization remains on the filter paper, while soluble impurities are left behind in the mother liquor. Okay, and if the crystals are appear and we filter that crystal, this mother liquor contain the soluble impurities. In this way we can remove the soluble as well as insoluble impurities by recrystallization method. Okay, it is very simple method. This method we perform during the practical also. So the selection of the solvent for the crystallization method, it is very important. The solvent, how we select the solvent? These are the steps to select the solvent. The solvent should be such that the given compound must be insoluble in the solvent at room temperature and completely soluble it under a hot condition. That means, suppose we take a water as a solvent. We place our compound. Some compound get dissolved but some compound remain as it is. such a solvent is selected, and that remain compound, it is dissolved when we heat that water. When it get hot, then that remaining compound get dissolved in that water. Such a types of solvent selection is done. Okay. Second, the solvent must be easily available and should be cheap. The solvent should not be react with the organic compound. Okay, that is very important. The choice of the solvent is most made in the following order. First, water. Why we choose water? Because it is a universal solvent and easily available. Then alcohol. Then alcohol plus water mixture. Okay, by this way we are going to select the solvent. Here, the recrystallization or the crystallization process is given. This is the first step. First step is that selection of the solvent. Suppose here we take a water. And this is the impure compound. This impure compound somewhat get dissolved in this water and some compound remain as it is. So still to dissolve the solid, this is a solvent, impure solid, this is a glass rod, this is a beaker. Okay, so this is the first step. Then this impure solvent, it is dissolved when we heat that solvent. So we take a porcelain dish, or it is also called the evaporating dish. In that we pour all this compound and we heat on the burner. Okay, what happened when the water get or the solvent get heated, this compound, impure compound, get dissolved in it. Once it dissolved, boil this solution. The solution is heated to evaporate most of the solvent. So water get evaporated or solvent get evaporated, which we have used as a solvent, that get evaporated and the quantity of this solution get reduced. Okay, when means we concentrate this solution. Okay, and after concentration we place in this way. So what happened? The hot solution is allowed to cool. The solid appear as a pure crystal. Okay, so here the crystals are appeared, and this is a solvent. Okay, then we filter this. We filter on the filter paper. So what happened here? The filtered paper, and these are the compound. The cold solution is poured off to obtain the crystals. The crystals may be dried and pressing them between the sheets of the filter paper. So we are getting a pure organic compound. So this is the way to purify the organic compound, and it is called crystallization or recrystallization. It is very simple technique. Then second one is the sublimation. Student, in day-to-day life we see the camphor. Camphor, it is a solid compound, but when we heat that compound, it is directly converted into the vapors, right? That process, it is nothing but the sublimation. When solid is converted into liquid, when we heat the solid, it first converted into liquid, and when we heat the liquid, it converted into gas. This is the way. Okay, but in some cases, certain organic solid on heating directly changes from solid to vapor state without passing through the liquid state. These substances are sublimable, and that process, it is known as a sublimation. Okay, this sublimation process we studied in 11th 12th standard also. So it is very simple and important technique for the purification of organic compound. We use this process for the separation of a sublimable volatile compounds from non-sublimable impurities. We use this for the purpose of the purification of camphor, naphthalene, anthracene, benzoic acid, iodine, salicylic acid, etc. containing non-volatile impurities. Okay, it is very simple. So we see this technique. This is a porcelain dish. On that porcelain dish we take a mixture. Okay, means it is a sublimated mixture. It contains some impurities. So we place a asbestos sheet on this porcelain dish, we place the funnel in this way, inverted position. At this position we place a cotton, okay, and we heat that mixture. So what happened? So this solid, it is directly converted into the vapor form, and when these vapors are collected at this portion, vapors are collected at this portion because this portion is blocked by this cotton. So when they block at this portion, immediately solids are appear, and that is nothing but the pure organic compound. So by this way, sublimation technique, we can purify the organic compound. The next method is the cold thumb method. Solid which can undergo the sublimation can be purified by carrying sublimation under the reduced pressure. Means it is one of the sublimation technique, but here the solid which can undergo the sublimation can be purified by carrying the sublimation under reduced pressure. A cold finger is a piece of laboratory equipment which is used to generate a localized cold surface. The device consists of a chamber, this is a chamber, in which the coolant fluid like cold water, from this portion we place a cold water from one, okay, can enter and leave through separate inlet and outlet. Means come from this side, then leave here and out from this side. So cool portion is maintained here. Substance like iodine, naphthalene, ferrocene, nicolecine, etc. can be purified by using the cold thumb method. It is similar to sublimation method. So we place the compound here, we heat that compound. So what happened? The vapors come here and immediately due to this cold water, so it get collected at this portion. Okay, and this is one of the purification technique. By this technique we can purify iodine, naphthalene, ferrocene and nicolecine. So the MCQ question on this topic, this iodine, naphthalene, ferrocene, nicolecine are purified by using which types of purification technique? So the answer is cold thumb method. Okay. Then the next is the simple distillation method. Distillation is the joint process of vaporization and condensation. It is a joint process of vaporization and condensation. That means when we heat the compound, it gets converted into vapor state, and immediately that vapors, when we cool that vapors, means condense that vapor, we are getting a pure form of liquid. We use this method for the purification of liquids which boil without decomposition and contain non-volatile impurities. We can also use this method for separating liquid having a sufficient difference in their boiling point. Simple distillation method, it is most commonly used for those organic compound which having a sufficient difference between their boiling point. This point is very important. Here, the figure is given for the simple distillation. Here we take a round bottom flask, and in this flask we place a impure liquid. Okay, so the impure liquid, it is heated on the this wire gauze. Okay, what happened? The vapors are come from this liquid and it is immediately come through this neck, and here the condenser is placed. At this condenser, one end of this condenser, it is connected to running tap water. Okay, so water is in from this side and it is circulate in this condenser and out from this outlet. Okay, so what happened? These vapors are immediately condensed here, and that vapor, it is converted into liquid, and that liquid, it is collected in this flask. Okay, so this is a distilled liquid. This is cold water. Water is entered from this tube, this impure liquid. So this is a simple distillation method. By this method we purify the organic compound. Then the next is the fractional distillation. We can use this process to separate the mixture of two or more miscible liquids which have boiling point close to each other. Means two liquids having a boiling point very close to each other, that liquids are separated by using the fractional distillation. Student, remember this point. The organic liquid which having a very less boiling point difference, such a compounds are separated by using the fractional distillation process. We carry out this process by using a fractionating column. So this is the same simple distillation process, but here only the one more apparatus is added, that is a fractionating column. Hence the name is given fractional distillation. Okay, this fractionating column is a special type of long glass tube that has abstraction to the passage of the vapor upwards and that of the liquid downwards. This method can be separate a mixture of acetone whose boiling point is 330 Kelvin and methyl alcohol is having 338 Kelvin. Means only the difference is 8 Kelvin, or the mixture of benzene and toluene. So such a types of mixture of the organic compounds are separated from this fractional distillation technique. Okay, so only remember that the boiling point difference is very close. Such compounds are separated by using fractional distillation column. Okay, student. So by this lecture we complete our chapter. In the next lecture we will start our fourth chapter, chromatography. Okay, thank you.